My brother's psychosis was really hard. He was, he'd gotten pretty violent. He was there for 3 years. He stopped speaking. And there were no changes to his diet. He was fed the worst food. His hospital food. I was in visiting hours last week and we were given like crappy cartons of milk and like Teddy Grahams. And all these studies are coming out about, you know, the effects of carbs and sugar on the brain, of the, and this has been happening for years, of, you know, keto diets being instrumental in keeping schizophrenia at bay. And we have people that have literally removed the voices from their brains, have been able to, now they live totally normal lives, are in relationships, are getting married, by living a very, very strict lifestyle and diet. And no doctor has encouraged that. And it's such a missed opportunity. It's like he was there for 3 years and he came out worse.
Man.
The brain has these two fuels, glucose and ketones. Ketones are utterly unregulated. If they're going up, in fact, one of the things I love disabusing my students of is the false idea that glucose is the preferred fuel for the brain.
Yeah, right.
Every sort of knuckle-dragging, mouth-breathing professor will just spout that off without actually knowing a thing about brain metabolism.
Yeah.
The reality is, if someone has glucose levels at 5 to 6 millimolar in a normal range, and they're fasted or on a ketogenic diet, even when their ketones get to 1 or 2 millimolar, so over here, the brain has already shifted so that up to 60+% of its energy is coming from the ketone.
So
don't
when it
tell
has a
me,
choice, it'll pick ketones.
Indeed, and when the moment
That's
ketones come
relevant.
online, the brain switches. Even if there's still way more glucose than ketones, don't tell me this is the preferred fuel, when this one, even at a fraction of the level, is already the dominant source.
This guy here in Arizona who runs an old folks home, and he's been, so it's like a palliative care old folks home, and he's been putting his charges on a ketogenic diet, and people are leaving his home.
Yeah, it is one of the great sort of swept under the rug.
Right, right. So do you know, like, if you have someone who's suffering, especially from early stage Alzheimer's, which we've discussed as type 3 diabetes already,
the number of case reports that are being published just keeps climbing. There are documented, peer-reviewed instances where you can take a patient whose cognition is so compromised they can't tie their shoelaces or they can't draw out the face of an analog clock. Put them into ketosis, have them do those tests again. They can tie their shoes. They can draw the face.
That quickly.
It's still a little, well, within hours.
Jesus.
Within hours.